Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to present about hyperinflation in Venezuela. First, I will present about introduction. Venezuela is a country officially known as the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela, located in northern South America and bordering the Caribbean Sea and the Atlantic Ocean. The country has a long history of political instability, military rule by colonialists, and weak national integration due to poor communication system and a largely rural economy. Although Venezuela possesses vast oil reserves and relies heavily on petroleum as its main sources of income, early export agriculture based on coffee and cocoa generate little wealth for the population. Despite its rich natural resources, Venezuela has experienced severe economic mismanagement, leading to hyperinflation, widespread poverty, and large-scale migration of its population.
One of the causes of hyperinflation in Venezuela is collapsed oil prices, where the collapse in global oil prices between 2014 and 2016 had a severe impact on Venezuela due to its heavy dependence on oil exports, which accounted for the vast majority of its foreign exchange earnings and a significant share of government revenue. During this period, oil prices fell from more than $100 per barrel in 2014 to under $40 by early 2016, dramatically reducing Venezuela's export, earnings, and government income, and leading to large fiscal deficits as well as a shortage of foreign currency needed to finance import. Secondly is money printing. The country lacked significant savings and was cut off from international borrowing. The Maduro administration stripped the central bank of its independence and ordered it to digitally create trillions of new bolivars to fund public salaries, social programs, and the debts of the state oil company PDVSA. This flooded the economy with a currency that had no productive banking, causing the value of the bolivar to collapse so quickly that people began weighing cash instead of counting it. This triggered a debt spiral where the government had to print even larger amounts of money just to keep up with the skyrocketing prices caused by the previous round of printing, eventually leading to a total loss of public confidence in the national currency.
And the last one is political crisis. Venezuela political crisis intensified in 2015 when the opposition won control of the legislature, ending years of dominance by President Maduro party. In response, Maduro used the Supreme Court to weaken parliament, block laws, and annual elected representative, creating an international deadlock. This led to protests and failed attempt by the opposition to remove the government. The crisis was when the opposition, supported by the United States, sought the restrict Venezuela access to international financing. Since 2017, US sanctioned target debt transaction, foreign asset, and the state oil company PDVSA. The recognition of Juan Guaido as interim president and the imposition of secondary sanction severely damaged the oil sector, reduced export revenues, and caused fuel shortage, ultimately triggered economic collapse, hyperinflation, and mass migration.
We move on to the effects of hyperinflation in Venezuela. One of it is a banking sector. Hyperinflation in Venezuela, which began around 2016 and reached with rates exceeding 1 million%, has had a bad effect on the banking sector, transforming it from a traditional financial intermediary into an unstable, restricted and dollarized system. The sector has suffered from a near total erosion of the local currency's value with the collapse of credit and extreme government regulation.
Now, I will continue to explain the effect of hyperinflation in Venezuela. The next effect is currency exchange. Hyperinflation caused the bolivar to lose its value as many people started using foreign currency or the black market, making daily goods more expensive and the exchange system became unstable. The next effect is health. There was shortage of medicines and medical supplies, where hospitals could not provide proper care, and many healthcare workers left the country to find a better opportunity. This caused people's health to get worse. Next, the fourth effect of hyperinflation in Venezuela, which is poverty. Prices increase faster than salaries, making it difficult for families to afford basic needs. As a result, many households fell below the poverty line. And another effect is crime. Many people turn to illegal activity just to survive, which led to higher crime rates and made daily life unsafe for many residents there.
Now I will explain two more the effects of hyperinflation in Venezuela, which is workers and agriculture sector. For workers, hyperinflation has made life extremely difficult for workers in Venezuela. Wages remain very low while prices rise rapidly, making basic needs like food and medicine unaffordable. Having a job no longer guarantees a decent living, forcing millions to leave the country, creating one of the world's largest migration crises. Lastly, the effects on agriculture sector. Hyperinflation has severely damaged agriculture in Venezuela. After the government took control of farmland, food production declined. Rapid price increases made seeds, fuel, and fertilizer unaffordable for farmers. Droughts and power shortages worsened the situation, causing food shortages and forcing many people to leave the country.
Next, we move to policy implementation for hyperinflation in Venezuela. For monetary policy, during the hyperinflation crisis in Venezuela, the national currency bolivar has lost significant value. To address this issue, the government allowed the widespread use of US dollar in daily transaction. This policy helped to rebuild public trust in the monetary system and reduce the reliance on unstable bolivar. The use of US dollar also reduced the uncertainty caused by the hyperinflation and helped to stabilize price. Next, fiscal policy. In response to the economic instability, the government declared a state of economic emergency. This allowed the government to adjust the public spending, reorganize budget priorities, and implement emergency measures to address inflation pressure. It also aimed to boost economic growth, curb inflation, and attract investors by giving the government more flexibility to manage the public finance during a severe economic crisis.
For the conclusion, Venezuela's hyperinflation was caused by economic mismanagement, heavy reliance on oil, and political instability. When oil prices fell, the government printed excessive money, causing the currency to collapse. Hyperinflation increased poverty, weakened healthcare and agriculture, and forced millions to migrate. Short-term policies offered limited relief, but long-term recovery requires strong reforms and economic diversification. That's all from us. Thank you.